Hey guys, welcome back to the 101 and 10. I'm your host, Ayasha Roberson, and I'm back on a brand new episode. And as you know, we get to see and feature a new artist from around the world, 101 in 10 minutes. Today, I have a special guest to bring you guys. I have the multi-talented, no other than Phi of Khem.
Awesome. Thank
Yay!
you. Thank you. Thank
Welcome
you.
to the show. Thank you so much for being on the show. So, can you tell the fans and the audience how did you come up with your name, Phi of Khem, and how did you come up with your musical style?
Okay, so actually, it was right after a rough period in my life. So around 2016, my mother died away unexpectedly, like just out of the blue. And I actually quit writing music for about 9 months. And music was something that I've been involved in since I was a kid, so it wasn't going to go away. And I hit a point and I was like, I have a brand new concept. It's blend all the best parts of rock and rap and hip hop and all that, blend all the best parts together and make something unique. And so that was my vision, was that and something motivational, because I had to pull myself out of the dark cloud I was
Oh, wow. So, it was
in.
a story, it was something that actually happened to you personally that affected you, that made you come up with the concept for
Yeah,
your singing
absolutely.
and also for your fluence and love for music as well. That's a great story. And I think sometimes when people experience death, it's hard for them to pull themselves up and really
Yeah.
motivate them. But you're definitely going to motivate people with that short story of your life with your
I
mom's
hope
son.
so, because that's really what I want to do, is help other people. So even on Twitter, I hope I get a few more people want to join me, because I try to do a lot of motivational messages on Twitter, as well as share good music. But it's about motivating people to better themselves, because sometimes all it takes is just somebody to come along and say the right thing, and it pulls you right out of where you're at.
Yes, and it makes people feel as though they're not alone as well.
Right on. Yeah,
That's a
exactly.
that's a great thing. Now,
Yep.
let's talk a little bit about your musical background. Now, I listened to a couple of your tracks, Solo Intentions, which is playing on Indie Live Music Radio, guys, and then also Let Me Run Away, I think it was.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah, let me run away. Yep.
yeah. Now, how did you come up with your musical style, and do you create all these beats and
Yep.
gosh,
I do it all.
oh my
I do
gosh.
it all myself. Yeah, yeah. So I actually try to incorporate a lot of piano, and I like to use a lot of different types of guitar. So you'll hear electric, you'll hear acoustic, you'll hear folk guitar. I use that a lot, and a lot of stringed instruments. Those are all the different genres that I've tried to pull in and create a unique sound. The other thing I try to do is I try to use different melodies than what you're used to hearing. So it may sound a little different. Like, a lot of people review my music and they'll say it sounds a little different, but
Mhm.
it's not bad, and that's a good thing. So
Your music is very unique. Like when I listen to it, especially the song "Solo," I like that song. Who is
yeah.
the artist that's singing on that song? One, and how did you come up with that? That the
So
hook and the songwriting is spectacular. It just blends right together.
yeah, thank you. So basically, what I do a lot of the time is I purchase artists like B tracks, things that they're not going to use, or it was ideas that they threw out. So it's not a whole song. It's just I get like some samples that they threw out for an idea that didn't work. So I buy those, and then I use those, and I write music around them. So I make them sing the verse. I make them sing the chorus. It may not even be the notes that they're singing. I'll change their pitch and frequency, and get it to match the song that I've written. So
Um, you have a gift and you have a good musical ear to
thank
match up the musicality of someone and then mix it in. Because
right.
that mixology,
Yeah.
that's a talent. Most people can't do that. Most artists that I've interviewed or have interacted with, or even myself, can't like take a track and mix it and then vocally put someone's voice in and have it come out so smoothly. That's
Yeah.
unique.
And a lot of it is just in your mixing and mastering. So I like to take control of everything myself. So I've learned over the 22 years that I've written music to mix my own music, and I've just started recently mastering my own music. So I'm pretty proud of that. So all the music that you hear, I've done everything on, but the singing.
Wow, that's awesome. Now, in regards to your musical influences, you said a little bit of hip hop, a little
Mhm.
bit of rock, a little bit of techno. So, can you tell me some people who were or are your musical influences that had such an impact on your music, what it is today?
Yeah, so actually, a lot of the electronic sounds that I get are from my days in Orlando. So I was in the '90s when the B breaks and all the dancers and
Yeah.
everything were in the clubs.
Hmm.
That's what I was doing every weekend. I was in the clubs, listening to a lot of that club music. So that's a basis for a lot of the beats that drives your song. A lot of the beats and bass that I use are driven off of like the electronic artists that I heard at the time, DJ Icy, DJ Baby
Yeah.
Ann, a lot of their stuff. So that started the song, but my melodies and everything come from a lot of different things. My mother actually was like, she recorded in the 60s. So I grew up around music my entire life. So my thing was melodies. I love like using different style melodies and stuff, and I build them all myself. So
Wow. Yeah, you know what? When you were talking about like the beats and DJ Icy and things of that nature, it kind of gives me that like almost like that what's that called? The beatbox type of like the
that's
hip hop.
exactly what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
yeah, it was a
definitely
great time.
yeah, it definitely takes me back to that when I'm listening to that. And for you guys that don't know what that is, make sure y'all Google, you know, old school music, hip hop, how it
Yeah,
really
oh, it
started.
was
Yeah, go
It
ahead.
was the best. It was so. Well, what I loved about it was so raw. Like it wasn't. There wasn't just a standard sound. Everybody was coming out with their own stuff. It was so unique.
Yes, yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
And people were so authentic too. So
Oh,
that's we're
absolutely.
able to see the authenticity in their music, and even if it was the same type of genre of music, it was still authentic. It was still their own, you know,
That's right.
that's
I
what
loved it.
yeah, me too. It was a great time to
Oh yeah.
live if you were able to be in that city,
Oh
New York
man.
City, Philadelphia, any urban city that had that type of flow.
And I loved going and listening to like DJs, like their DJ sets and stuff. Like
Mhm.
some of them were so incredibly crafty the way they put everything together. I mean, it was just amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can just
It,
imagine what things that you have seen. Now, I want to also talk to your PR person and get a
sure.
little bit of sense
Hello.
of hello, Joanne, how are you? And thank you so much, Phi of Khem,
Thank
for providing me with so much information about your music, your style, and how your music has evolved to be what it is today. So,
you.
Joanne
Awesome.
is his PR person, and we want to know how can our fans and people reach out to Fire Kim if they want to book him for a show, upcoming event, or even just connect with him on social media.
Okay, there are various ways to connect to Phi and listening to his music and know also about him and also his radio entertainment because he has also some radio animation activities on ACD radio, if I'm not wrong,
Yes. Mhm.
Phi,
That is
Yep.
correct. Yes. Yeah. Yep.
every
Yep, every Sunday at
Sunday.
10 p.m. Yeah.
Every Sunday at 10 p.m. Okay, great. I
Yeah,
gotta check that
yes.
out.
There's a show, and often we have different artists from various genres that are, for instance, invited to submit, and they are included in the playlist, and they vote for the top 5 at the end. So, and the top 15. So it's good. And some of my artists over is, let's say, co-workers who
Uh-huh.
are selected.
Okay.
So it's the first point. Second point, he has a Twitter account that is very active, and Instagram is Phi of Khem everywhere, and Facebook. So he's very active on social networks. And for the musical platforms, we can listen to Phi of Khem everywhere, especially on Spotify, where he has almost 1,000 of streams, okay, for his best, for instance, for his best songs
Mm-hmm.
together. And he has also a lot of subscribers, almost 1,000.
Wow.
And for instance, he has some accounts on SoundCloud, YouTube, nice videos. I advise you to see them. Okay, always telling a very strong story, and also is almost on other platforms like Apple, Tidal, and so on. So you can find him everywhere.
Great,
So I
great.
would like to thank him for welcoming me in his show. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
No, thank you. And guys, we're going to have all of Phi of Khem's information on this video at the bottom. So make sure you connect with him. Make sure you get in contact with Joanne, his PR agent. By the way, she is from in Paris, France. So thank you so much, Joanne. It's like midnight where you're at. So God
Yes.
bless you. Get some sleep. She is a
Thank you.
hardworking
Thank you.
woman.
But it's Saturday, so it's fine. Okay.
Yeah.
So very early Saturday morning, but it's okay.
It is okay, but that's how dedicated she is. She's a great PR person. We have
Absolutely.
all our information at the bottom of this video. So guys, make sure you connect with Phi of Khem for his upcoming events, and also for his music as well. If you're looking for some new music, some music that is different from what you're used to hearing on the radio, make sure you check out all his most recent tracks and his music on all his social media outlets. He's on Spotify, I believe Apple Music, and quite a few other things as well, which we're going to have listed on the website as well. But thank you guys so much for joining the show, and thank you guys for tuning
Thank
in.
you.
And again, guys, it is
Awesome.
1 in 10, where we get to see a new artist from around the world 1-on-1 in 10 minutes. My name is Ayasha Roberson. Have a good night, guys. Take care.
All right. Thank you.
Take
Bye.
care.
All right.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.